to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be doing a quick makeup routine. I am not by any means a makeup expert, but I wanted to show you guys like my go-to makeup routine that I do to get my face looking beat and perfect. Well, my face is already perfect, but just to give that glam look whenever I'm like going to create content or taking pictures, I literally have one routine, and I've been trying to elevate, and I guess I've been trying to really learn new ways to make my makeup better and learn new techniques. And it's a challenge sometimes, but I figured out what works for me, so I figured why not share that with you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. I already prepped my face. My face is moisturized already. I did my eyebrows. I just have to start with my primer and then get into it. I'm not really sure what look I'm going for today. I think it's probably going to be simple. I always do. I literally always do the same like makeup type. I haven't gone crazy with like my eyebrows, my eyelids or eyeshadow a different way in such a long time, just because I'm so simple and also lazy when it comes to makeup. I like simple, what looks good on me, and I'll stick to it. So it's my face and my makeup routine, and I'm sticking by it. Alright, so I've moisturize my face. The first most important thing that I've learned in doing makeup so far is that you really want to prep your skin. You want your skin to be very moisturized. Primer. So we're gonna go in with my Power Grip, my e.l.f. Power Grip primer. This is what I'm going to be using today. This is supposed to be the Milk Hydro Grip dupe. It actually works really well. I've used both, and this is really similar to that product. So this is what I'll be using. To start off, let me wash my hands before I do that. I'm going to apply this. I really want this to be a quick makeup routine just because I have a lot to do today. I'm cooking and I have to be with family, so this is going to be a very short and quick one. I'm going to make it a short and quick one. I should probably time myself. I feel like when there's a sense of urgency with makeup, you go faster. So that's really what I want to go for today, just so that I can make use of my time that I have. And if you guys see me looking away, I'm looking at my mirror. My phone is currently propped, or my camera is currently propped on my mirror in my bathroom. So if you see me looking away, I'm using my mirror behind me. But I've learned that it's good to pat your primer on your skin instead of rubbing it. So that is what we're doing. Prepping the skin. I'm done priming my skin. I'm gonna let that sit on my skin for about 30 seconds. Then I'm going to start and highlighting my eyebrows. I'll be using Sephora's Best Skin Full Coverage Multi-Use Concealer in the shade 33.5Y. I recently got this and I really like it. The shade reminds me of the Toffee or Fawn shade from LA Girl Pro. I used to use that concealer. That was the first concealer I ever used, and it honestly worked wonders for me. So this shade really reminded me of that, and I really like how it goes on the skin. So let's get this done. So yep, less is more indeed. Alright, I think honestly when you do your eyebrows with concealer, it just literally changes the game, to be honest, in my opinion. I really like how that looks. It's very more well defined. Next up, I'm going to go in and do my concealer first. I learned this on TikTok. I go underneath with my concealer before I go on with my foundation. And I just put a little bit on the outer parts, put a bit on my chin, and then my nose. Let that sit for a minute before I go in and blend it out. I'm gonna put some on my eyelids as well, just because it's gonna be a very simple eyelid today. We are going to blend the eyelids with the concealer. I'm just gonna like dab and dab in a tapping motion. It's what I normally do when it comes to using my concealer. So next we are going to blend the concealer underneath our eye. So I start off with the outer part, and then I like blend towards the center of my eyes. I'm actually using e.l.f.'s Flawless Concealer brush. I really like this brush, but I think I want to invest in something else. But so far it's been working really well for me when it comes to blending out my concealer. And sometimes you just need to wash your brushes because they work fine. You just need to wash them and get rid of all that like previous makeup buildup on it. But so far so good. I like using this sealer and this brush. Guys, don't come for me. I honestly wing it with my makeup and it turned out so well. It's just what I figured works well for my skin or for my face and what I like. I'm sure miles to go when it comes to makeup, but for now we are doing so well with, according to me at least, we are doing well with what we have. And then I like to go in with this Real Techniques brush to just tap it some more into my skin. I started doing this recently and I felt like it definitely settles in the concealer more in my skin. And I know it looks like I have concealer, but at the same time it doesn't, just because it's well blended out. Honestly, tapping has been my lifesaver when I started doing makeup. I wouldn't tap it as well, and I'm learning now that the more I tap in, the more it melts into your skin, or I guess the more it blends more naturally, I should say. After setting my concealer, I then like to go over with my contour stick and then blush. I learned this technique on TikTok for that natural makeup look. So I'll be using Fenty Beauty's contour stick in the shade Espresso. I absolutely love this. This is my first ever cream contour stick that I've used, and I've had it for quite some time. It's almost finished if you look closely, but it's such a really easy way for if you're beginning to learn how to do makeup and you want to contour. This is cream is always better in my opinion, just because it's so much easier to handle than powder. So I will be highlighting underneath, and I like to go underneath my concealer where it ends. I'll be using my Real Techniques contour brush. It's in the number 400. I got this from my mom's Ipsy bag. I'm just gonna blend upwards. After blending in my contour, I like to go in with some blush. I'll be using Fenty Beauty's Grace blush. Absolutely love this color. She is so pretty, to be honest with you. I've started getting into trying and experimenting with different blushes, and this is definitely one of my favorites. I like to mix my blushes, so I'll be going up a little bit. I'm going to blend out the blush on my cheeks. You guys just have to trust the process. This is honestly what works for me. So I go in with that blush, and then I also use e.l.f.'s Putty Blush. Honestly, in the shade Caribbean. This is such a rich color. I've had this for so long, and I just got it on top just because I just love the burgundy color. I'm honestly learning to not be afraid of product and just applying as much as I can, especially when I do this everything underneath and then I apply my foundation. Next, we're going to apply the foundation. I'm going to be using my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. Shout out to Stephanie for giving me this foundation. I've been using it ever since she gave me. Absolutely love it. It has such great coverage. It's so lightweight. And I'm going to be sad when it goes out, but I'll definitely be buying another one. I absolutely was very pleased and have been very pleased using this foundation. So we are going to apply this. I'm going to do it on my hand today. We're going to tap the foundation into our skin. You guys, I totally forgot to contour my forehead, so I'm going to have to do that in a little bit. But I just keep tapping it into my skin and tapping it, and if I want more coverage, I definitely will add some more. But I just keep tapping and tapping, and as you can still see my blush on my skin, so I really that's why I'm trying to really get comfortable with not being scared to use product, because if you want the product to show and you want to see a difference, you have to apply. So I'm gonna keep tapping. I think I'm gonna add just a tad bit more foundation on. I'm honestly not very worried to cover all my hyperpigmentation. So, but we are going to keep tapping, and I'm not worried to cover up my blush just because at the end of this I normally add a bit more blush onto my makeup. So next up, we're going to contour our forehead just because I didn't do that earlier. We're going to blend it out. I pretty much use the same Real Techniques brush, I use the edge of it to blend it out and blend it with the foundation that I put on my forehead. I've been learning to not apply as much foundation on my forehead just because you want it to be natural. I've learned that if you put foundation all over your forehead, then it just looks like it doesn't give that natural look to your makeup. So I go in and I blend the contour with the foundation that I put at the center of my head, which wasn't even a lot, to be honest with you, but this is what it's giving. I'm gonna go in with a lighter concealer just to bring more brightness underneath my eyes. I'll be using Born This Way's Ethereal Light Illuminating Concealer. Honestly guys, this is fading away, but I got this in shade Ginger Snap. I'm going to be applying just a little bit of that. Do y'all ever just get carried away when you're doing your makeup? You're like, oh, I'm not gonna do too much, and then you get there and you're like doing the most. That is literally me all the time, and I need to be stopped, because if I'm trying to hurry up and just make it snappy, I get carried away. But it's not a bad thing. I just feel like I just start experimenting when I shouldn't be experimenting. Like I said, I just put just a little bit. I don't want too much just because I still want to keep that natural look. So now that we are done there, I really like how this looks. This base looks, it looks good in my opinion. I am going to now go in and set my, actually I'm going to do my eyebrow, my eyelids. For my eyeshadow, I'll be using my Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. You guys don't understand. I've had this palette since college. Absolutely use only these two colors, the ones that are almost gone. I've used the heck out of these, and I wish it was still sold because I would buy just those two shades. This was my very first, my friend gifted this to me. This was my very first eyeshadow palette that I truly fell in love with, just because the colors were so warm, and it was really great for me to experiment with that. And it's come a long way, honestly. I really like this palette. I wish I had more of that shade. Rush and Mugshot are the two shades that I use the most out of this palette, and they're just so nice. So like I said, I am very simple when it comes to my eyeshadow now. I just like natural, so I'm just honestly applying this here. Don't really care too much, so I'm just trying to get as much of it as I can, and then I'll blend it out. I'm gonna go next with my other Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. Clearly, I really like Jaclyn Hill's shades, and I just feel like Morphe is such, like, they have such pigmented eyeshadows, and y'all don't sleep on Morphe. When I was in college, everyone literally had a Morphe palette just because their foundations are so pigmented and they're just so rich, and they just have so many different colors. So I really like it. And I'm going over with my Good Vibes. This one, I use this a lot. I'm going over with my Good Vibes color. Just adding that on my eye. And I'm honestly just using a random blending brush that I have in my little array of brushes. I've used this brush so many times just to add some darkness at the crease of my eyelids. So I'm not really adding any more eyeshadow on it. I'm just blending it in. Up next, we are going to set my makeup, set my under eyes. I like to use two specific products. I use Airspun's Loose Face Powder. This is what I started with in the shade it's translucent. I got this from Walmart, and then I'm also using Fenty Beauty's setting powder in the shade Nutmeg. Absolutely love this. It's like literally the same color as my skin, so if I really want to go for the natural no highlighted look, I can use this just as is, but I like to blend these two together and use that. It's still pretty light, to be honest with you, but I don't really feel like I have to like bake my under eyes, to be honest. I just like dab it into my skin, and it works for me so far. No complaints. I don't feel like I need to sit and let it, because when I started doing my makeup and I would just bake, I feel like I would mess up my makeup. So now I'm really glad that I have this little blending thing that I just like tap it into my skin. So I take a bit and I go to my bridge of my nose. I just tap some in there, and then I will go and do my chin. I put concealer on my chin earlier, and then I will do some at my T-zone. These are the areas that I really get oily. So putting it on my T-zone area is very, very important, just because I don't want to be oily. I want my makeup to look like, I don't want oily skin. Basically is what I'm trying to say. And I just like to go underneath where I did my contour, just to kind of define my face just a little bit more. And voila. Up next, I am going to set it again with my Maybelline New York Matte Poreless powder. I've had this for so long. I used to set my concealer under eyes with this, to be honest with you guys, when I didn't have the money yet to buy setting powder. So I'll be using this as well. Set my under eyes. Oy, I feel like that totally just like away anything that I did with my setting powder, but it's okay. It is just fine. I want it to stay. And I'm gonna then go in and use my other setting powder. I'm gonna be using Sephora's Micro Smooth Powder in the shade 75 Hazelnut Deep Golden. I recently just got this as well. It's actually like a multi-use like powder. So I normally use this underneath my face, but I was feeling bold today in adventures that I used my other me powder. So I'm just going to dab it underneath my eyes. I want my makeup to stay on all day just because I'm not gonna be home. I want my makeup to look really, really good and not move. I'm going to then bring some more definition to my face using my Kosas bronzer. This is my second bronzer that I've ever owned. The first one I owned was from e.l.f. and I decided to upgrade, and I've had this for quite some time now. I got this in the shade Escape the Sun. Really like this bronzer so far. It's kind of like as well. Hope you guys can see that. But I am going to use this to define my cheeks and my forehead. Next, I'm going to add some more blush, add more color to my cheeks. You guys, I absolutely love this blush. Rare Beauty has some really beautiful blush shades, and this is their powder blush. Let me just show you guys the color and you guys like get what I mean. Like, isn't this so beautiful? It's like chromy but like a deep red. It's absolutely stunning. And when I saw this, I would have to get it just because I don't really use a lot of powder blushes. I use cream, as you guys can tell, but I really wanted to try this out, so I got this. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like that color. I totally just applied a lot of it. Oh my god. Yep, I didn't mean to do that. So we're gonna match and just blend. Oh my gosh, you guys. I used too much! How do you get rid of blush when you do too much of it? Okay, working. Just use a different brush to like it out. Honestly, I think I've done as much as I could, to be honest with you. So it is what it is at this point. I did not mean to do that, but I'm not taking off my makeup just to fix that. So we are going to keep it pushing. I'm going to go back and do a little more definition underneath my cheeks. For my highlighter, I'll be using Beauty's Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo. I got this in two shades, Afternoon Snack and Mo Honey. Absolutely beautiful. Let me show you guys what this looks like if I can get it open. But I've had this highlighter for quite some time. It's very pigmented. I absolutely love the shade. So I'll be going over my like bone just to like some color there. And then also be going over here as well. You guys can see just a little bit. And then I like to use the Mo Honey. That's like my favorite shade. So I'll be going on my nose. I didn't really contour my nose, but I don't really need to just because I use this like just kind of some color. I've always used highlighter to just kind of my nose a bit more if I don't want to use like stick. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but so far this is what works for me. I like to blend it a little bit just because I don't want it to be too much. I want it to be very subtle. So after doing that, I am then now going to do my eyelashes. I went ahead and did my eyelashes and my mascara as well as eyeliner. I really like to use black eyeliner underneath my eyes just because I feel like they make my eyes pop. The color of my eyes pops. So I did that already, and next I decided to go ahead and just do my highlighter anyway, just because why not? This is a very glam, natural glam look that I have going on right now, and I feel like it would look really good with some highlighter. So I'm gonna use my Beauty highlighter set that I mentioned earlier, and just do it on my right here. Honestly, I haven't really mastered like the best place to put highlighter. I just kind of wing it, and so far it works for me. Honestly, my whole makeup routine is just winging it. I feel like I'm still like a beginner girly, but so far what I do works for me and I'm not mad at it. Not a lot, but it's okay, I guess. Next up, we are going to do my lip combo. I really like to do the whole like lip liner combo with some pink. So today I'll be using Rare Beauty's matte lip liner, Kind Words matte lip liner in the name Strong. So this is what it looks like, and that's how dark the lip liner looks. I've been using this for a few weeks now and I absolutely love it. I really was like trying to step away from using my pencil as my lip liner, which it works perfectly, but I wanted to get something a bit more just like, and I'm obsessed. It's very pigmented. I really like how it looks, so I'll be using this. And what I like to do is I use some blush. So I use my cream blush, e.l.f., and I like to get a little bit of this and just like put it on my lips a little bit, just to kind of like a little pigment depending on how I'm feeling. I then like to go on and add some like a bit of like pink to kind of get a little ombre action. So this is very natural, like I could literally just stop here, but I'll just add a little bit of my matte lip from Revolution. I've had this for quite some time and I solely use this for like the purpose of just adding it like my lips just a little bit, and I literally blend it like my finger. I know there's a better way to like up your lips and stuff, but like concealer, like a really good method that I've seen, but I just really don't have the energy to do it. So that is basically it. And then I go in and add my lip gloss. I really like in my lip gloss era and phase right now. I use this lip oil that I found from the beauty supply store. It's very like minty. It's called Ruby Kisses. It's hydrating. It's a hydrating lip oil treatment gloss, so it's my favorite, and I've had this for quite some time. So I just kind of put this on top of my already like lips. Okay, here are my lips. I like to go in with my True Color Soft Velvet Finishing Powder from Opal. I've had this for quite some time, and I use a smaller brush. I should probably use like the bigger brush, but I use my small foundation brush from e.l.f. and I just kind of lay it on my face just a bit. I don't use a lot, and I just put it all over my face. I just tap it, to be honest. I don't like using the bigger brush because it's a bit overwhelming to me. So I use this smaller bluffing brush and I just tap it. And it's like my last step in my whole like routine. I probably should have done this before I did my lip gloss on my lips, but it's okay. And last but not least, I like to go in with my setting spray because you have to set the face really well. I usually use I think it's Charlotte Tilbury's setting spray, but I ran out and I had to just like get something really quickly, so I use e.l.f.'s. I've been using e.l.f. Setting spray for quite some time now, so I really like it, and I'll just be using this, and it really keeps my makeup on all day. So kind of went really generous with that spray. My makeup has come such a long way from just starting out. I feel like I'm still a beginner, but I'm still like learning. This is the look. Let me know like what you guys think in the comments, like any tips you want to like share with me. So open to like learning and just like getting better at doing my own makeup. But if there's any products that you're like about, feel free to like comment down below. Will do my best, no promises, but I'll do my best to kind of the products that I used in the video in the description box for you guys to like them out. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like this video, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Things to come, and I really enjoyed filming this video for you guys. So I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.